Hello crafty friends, welcome to another card making video. Today I thought I would play with a couple of backgrounds from my box of backgrounds and bits. I made these by smushing some distress oxides onto paper. I'll share a link to the video down below in which I made these. But before I cut these down, I'm going to jazz them up a little bit. So I've dusted these with talcum powder to remove any moisture, static or oily fingerprints. And now I've got this dotty stencil and a pad of embossing ink. I'm going to press that down to get the embossing ink onto my background. Now I'm going to sprinkle over some white pearl superfine embossing powder from Wow, and hopefully it will stick to the circles. And I'll do the same with this one, and then I'll heat them once I've done that. So we've got some nice translucent pearlized shimmery dots on there. I'm going to repeat that process, but this time I'm going to use some opaque bright white embossing powder from Wow, again in the superfine variety. So I'll have some shimmery dots and some bright white dots. Yep, very happy with those. So now they've cooled and set, I'm going to emboss them with some Aperture dies because I want to do some faux die cut inlay. And this is by far and away the least fiddly way of doing it. So I've got my Cuttlebug thick plate, cutting plate, rubber mat, then my card and my dies, and my top cutting plate, or in this case a self-healing mat. So if you look at the back, you can see how the pattern has been embossed into the paper. I'm going to separate these out and do the other one. And now I'm going to add the Aperture dies to some panels of linen textured white card. Just get them on straight, or at least where I want them. And I'm going to cut these, not emboss these. Okay, I've got 6 panels with apertures cut into them and 6 corresponding embossed colourful bits. And now I'm going to take one of my panels, flip it over, and on the back I'm going to use my glue dotter to add some high-tack white glue. If you want to know how to make a glue dotter, I do have a video linked below. Is a quick and easy way of dotting glue onto the back of fiddly die cuts. So that's the Aperture bit done. I can add a bit more glue around here. And now I've got the corresponding embossed panel, and I can carefully place my Aperture over the embossing. Take a bit of non-stick paper, this is just some leftover sticker release paper, and press that down firmly. And now it looks as if I have inlaid those pieces because they're pushed up into the Aperture. Right, I'm going to do that with all my other pieces, and then we will put them on cards and embellish them. If you think that your embossing isn't poking far enough into your design, then you could always poke it from the back with something like this. This is a fondant icing sculpting tool. I use it for beveling edges and shaping flowers and things. But you can just carefully, not too hard, because you don't want to go through the card, press it down like that. And I've got it on a little bit of craft foam there, so the surface beneath has some give in it, and that'll make things poke through a bit more. So my panels are the same size as my card blanks, so I'm going to chop them down in a pleasing way so that I can get a bit of a border around the outside. So I think that's about the right size. Now you could, if you wanted, put a bit of extra card behind your panel just to keep it level. This is a great way of using up scraps. You don't have to cover every centimetre, just enough so that it's stable. So I'll set 5 of them aside for the moment and just work on one to conclusion. Then I'll finish the others off camera and share what they look like at the end of the video. So we've got glue on the back of that. I'm going to place that on top of my Aperture with my faux inlay colourful panel, and this says missing you, and I think that will work in there very nicely. And that one is done actually, I think. There's not really room for dots or drops. Plus we've got these little circles in the background that I heat embossed earlier. I think that's enough. So that was far quicker than I thought it would be, because I have literally just added some gold foliage and a sentiment to each card. I don't think they need anything else. So for this one, I chose a large or a tall piece of foliage so that it would stretch for most of the Aperture. And I put it hanging off the left-hand side to break up the edge there. And then I balanced that by putting the sentiment over to the right-hand side. And it should be sitting on the intersection there of those two lines. For this one again, I chose a tall piece so that it stretches the length of the Aperture more or less. And I had it hanging off the left hand side again, poking out the right a bit, and the sentiment overlaps this part of the foliage and it sits nicely on this line here in the middle. For this card, I decided I wanted the sentiment here on this intersection, and it sits nicely on the Aperture. And then I added a fairly small piece of gold foliage off to the left a bit. For this card, we've got foliage off to the left in proportion with the size of the Aperture. The sentiment is on this third line here in the middle, and it overlaps the foliage and the Aperture and stretches into the white area of the card. And again, a proportionally sized piece of foliage and a sentiment. The foliage is over on this longer area here, off to the left, and the sentiment is over to the right, again on this intersection, nicely balanced. Right, that's today's cards done and dusted. Loving the bright colours, the texture from the faux inlay, the shimmer and shine from the gold and the pearly embossing powder, and the nice bold sentiments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a few ideas, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.